This is Dr. Stephenson, and I wanted to make a quick video regarding Exam 1. Several of you have asked me what's going to be on it and a little bit more about it. I talked about it in the class meeting, the optional class meeting the other day, but I want to just make a quick video for the rest of you. It deals with Module 1, and of course I'm coming from the position that you've already looked at Units 1, 2, and 3, and since you're all STEM majors, I'm also assuming that you've read the book and watched the videos and done the homework. If you haven't, that's the very minimum you need to do to study for Exam 1. By the way, since I have you here, the Exam 1 is going to be in the Exam 1 folder. In Module 1, make sure you read the top part about the exam itself, and you will either be taking the honor lock version and a few of you will be going to the testing center. That is where you're going to find those. That's what you're going to do when you sit down in front of the exam. Back to the content itself, no promises, but I'm expecting it to be somewhere from 27 to 30 questions. Now, what type of questions am I going to ask? Well, they're all going to be multiple choice. How about the topics? The best way, I think, to get an indication of that is to go to the textbook that you have. I've actually gotten to where I prefer the online version, so I'm there now. There's links in the website, and there's chapters 1, 2, and 3. So if you click on, for example, chapter 1, you're going to see the main topics. Same thing you'll see in the book. It's the paperback version. It's the same. So each of these is what I call a topic. So phases and classification of matter. Yeah, you're probably going to get a question on that. Physical and chemical properties. Yeah, you'll probably get one or two on that. What's the difference between a chemical and physical property? Define them. I don't know where the question is going. Measurements, yeah, I'd look for that. Probably one on that. Uncertainty, precision, sig figs, you'll probably have 3 or 4 on that. Mathematical treatment, that's dimensional analysis. Okay, so this is where you're going to get the topics. So go to chapters 1, 2, 3, and you can basically see where I'm going to pick the topics. The whole idea of a test is to see if you're learning this. And since it's broken down into topics, this is how I make a test is I say, oh, physical and chemical properties. Let's see, what did I want them to know that? I'll make up a question or two. And that's how it's done. So you kind of see the same topics that I look at. And what you don't know is, well, am I going to ask you 3 questions about this or 1 or none? But you now know the topics. Okay, how can you study besides all of the stuff that I've given you on the website? So let me, for those of you who haven't cracked that nut yet, let's just take, measurements here, 1.4. Click on that. There's the chapter. In all of these, you're going to see example problems within the chapter. These are really good. Hint, hint. Now, what they have is examples, and you can see that they've given a question and they've given you a detailed solution in how you work it out. And then they may give you other, what they call exercises, not example, but exercises. And these are basically other example problems where they don't give you the solution, they just give you the answer. Okay, so you get good practice. You get questions with it worked out, and you get questions with just the answer. Okay, let's go back now to chapter 1. So in addition to the website, in addition to the in-chapter exercises and problems, you've got yet another set, essential ideas of chemistry. At the end of every one of these chapters are a bunch of exercises that you can work. And it goes through and gives you questions and answers to those. So there's a ton of information for you to practice on these. Let's see. And finally, I'll turn on 3, and you can see the main topics there. I'll go over those. This reminds me, molarity. There's 3 types of molarity problems. What it reminds me of is, I've told you all before that Exam 1 in general chemistry is essentially the bulk of an intro chemistry all crammed into 1 month. Hey, don't blame me. The state of Texas sets the pace for this course if it's going to be certified. So your STEM majors, that's what they decide you need to be able to do, essentially. Take an intro chem class in 4 weeks. So I say that to say this. And I have on Dr. Stephenson Chemistry a ton of videos for my intro class. Now, since most of this exam 1 is intro material, I have a ton of very good videos. If you don't understand molarity, for example, there's a video called The 3 Types of Molarity Problems. I would watch that. And you're probably going to have, I'm guessing, 3 types of molarity problems. Okay, mole problems. Do you know there's an empirical and molecular formula? Can you calculate one from the other? So you can look at these topics and you can really tell what's going to be on the test. So in addition to all that practice, if you're struggling with something, email me. Sarah the tutor is fantastic. She's readily available and really tries to make herself as amenable to the student request as she can be. And then besides that, you have most of these concepts on this test are in my intro chemistry class. You can look at those exam 1, exam 2, exam 3, and exam 4 in intro chem. Look at the list on the right side there of the playlist in YouTube. And if you see a topic you don't understand, watch it, because there I explain these concepts at the intro chem level. So it should be, even if you haven't taken chemistry before, readily understandable. Okay, very crude video here. I talked really fast, ramble because I didn't want it to be too long, but I certainly hope that helps remove some of the mystery around exam 1. Bye for now.